Welcome to another Watch and Learn Wednesday. My name is Joe and this is Watch Hobby Shop. And today we're going to be taking a look at the quartz watches. Last time I showed you guys how to regulate the mechanical and automatic watches. So this is geared towards the people that have quartz battery operated watches. So let's dive down, let's take a look. I'm going to show you guys how to do this quick, simple, and easy and painless. All right, guys, today we're going to be diving down on quartz watches. These are not high-end watches. The reason being is I just wanted to show you guys real quick. This pertains to pretty much all quartz watches. So these are all completely dead. So if you guys can see, the second hand is not ticking. So the batteries are dead on all these watches. These are just basically no name, inexpensive watches. None of them are working. They're all dead. So the only difference is that you may have some watches that don't have a smooth case back here. If they have notches, then that's when you would use a case back removal tool to be able to unscrew the case back and then replace the battery. But basically, it's going to be the same thing as the other watches, quartz watches. They're just going to have a flat case back. The only tools you're really going to need is a plastic pry tool. If you don't have it, technically you could use a screwdriver. I don't recommend it because you are working with little batteries. I mean, it's not going to cause a lot of harm because there's not very much voltage going through them, only 1.5 volts. But and then we sell repair kits, or you can buy these separately on eBay or Amazon. It's a case back removal tool, very simple, it just pops in and out. What we're going to do is we're going to pop the back off on this one here. Usually they have a little lip. You guys can't see it, but it's actually right here. And as you can see on this tool here, this pry tool, it's not sharp enough to cut you. You're not going to cut yourself, see? It's just enough to get underneath the lip of the case back. And you just go underneath here and just pull it off like that. And that's pretty simple. That's all you have to do. And then what you do is, there's a plastic piece here that keeps everything together, the dial from moving around. Just remove this little cheap plastic piece here, and that exposes the battery. And then you pop the battery out. Usually goes left to right, I believe. It's just basically spring loaded. It should just pop right out. And there's the battery. So if you guys can see, so when you get the back off, you want to look in the back of this, the battery right here, and that will actually show you, I don't know how close the camera can zoom in, but there's actually a number on there. It'll tell you if it's an AG4, 377LR626, that's what these are. Usually there's 2 reference numbers, they're compatible. Batteries are inexpensive, guys, so it's not going to cost much. I mean, if you guys don't feel comfortable, you guys can take it to a watchmaker. They'll charge you approximately $20. It's roughly around $20 to replace a battery for a watchmaker to do it. But like I said, you can do it yourself. You saw it took me 2 seconds to pop the back off, the plastic, and the actual battery. And then, like I said, I bought this entire pack from eBay from a guy up in New York, and I got a pack of 10 of them for literally $2.97. That included tax and shipping. So very inexpensive. And this shows you the which ones are compatible for which numbers. So these are pretty common batteries for most watches. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take get the batteries out of here, cut these open, get a battery out, get a fresh brand new battery. And usually there's like a little spring right here on the inside here. That's where you want to stick the battery in first to line up, like so, and just push it in like that. And then if you want to flip it around, as you guys can see, the second hand is now ticking. It's working. And then just go back the other way around. And then if you guys want, you guys can always use like can of air is fine, but just be careful with can of air. They're usually pretty powerful, but I just use like a hand blower here and just blow out if there's any dust or whatever, debris. And then if you guys want, you guys can also use a silicone grease to lubricate the seal. But like I said, it's an inexpensive watch. I don't really care. There should be a notch right here. That little notch is where the crown stem is going to be going at. So that's where you line it up at, where the notches on the back of the case back right here on this side here is where the crown stem is, and that's how you line it up. And you hear it snap, go all the way around. Okay. And then also, guys, don't forget to put the plastic piece back in here so the dial doesn't move around on the inside part. Get that in. Make sure where there's a little notch right here, that's where the crown stem side is supposed to be. Try to get that lined up like so. And then snap it back together. Might have to put a little pressure on it, depends. Okay, and then as you guys can see, the second hand is ticking. That means it works. And we'll move on to the next watch, and I'll show you guys how easy that is. Here's a different style watch. Same concept again, like I said before. Look for a little lip, which is right there. Take your tool and get underneath there. And it pops right open. And again, pretty much the same thing as the last watch. It has a little plastic piece. Push that out of the way. Go from left to right. Pop the old battery out. Check the number. I already checked the numbers on these watches, so that's why I know that all these watches use the exact same battery. So all these are identical. Get yourself a fresh, brand new battery. Usually there's this tension where the spring is at, which is on the top part there. So it's on the top there. So push from the top on the bottom there, and it snaps right in there. Again, don't forget your plastic piece. That's where the crown stem side goes in there. Put that over it. Check where the lip is on the case back. That's where the crown stem is at. Line that up. And just push the back. So you guys heard it snapped on there. And you guys can see the second hand is now ticking. These other three watches I'll do off to the side, but I just wanted to show you guys real quick how simple it is to change out a battery on a quartz watch. It doesn't take no time at all. It's very inexpensive. The batteries themselves, you can buy a whole 10 pack of batteries for less than $3. That includes shipping and tax. The only main tools you need is a pry or a case back pry opener, which are inexpensive online, and a little plastic pry tool to pop the battery off. Other than that, let's take it back up top and let's do a conclusion. All right, guys, that was just a quick watch and learn Wednesday. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to show on how to do quartz battery operated watches. They're all pretty much the same thing. The only difference is, like if you have a Tag Heuer or something like that, a little bit higher end watch that is a quartz watch, they usually will have notches, which is a screw down case back. From the last video, if you watched the last one, I have the tool to actually unscrew the case back. That's the only difference. Other than that, they might, instead of having a plastic ring inside to protect the back, it'll be metal. You don't have to worry about removing that part. All you got to do is remove the battery, which is very simple. As you guys saw, it maybe took me less than 30 seconds to change out the battery on this watch. But again, disclaimer, if you guys are not comfortable doing your own watch, then go ahead. I suggest take it to a watchmaker, go out to the mall. Pretty much any jeweler can replace the battery for you. And usually it costs between 15, 20 bucks is usually the going price. I'm not sure what they charge now for battery changes. Other than that, if you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We would really appreciate that. And we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.